Alright guys, in this video I'm going to tell you about how to get your mail, your debit cards, receive mail, scan mail, get rid of mail, have mail forwarded here, packages that you may want delivered from Amazon that normally aren't available. Stick around, we're going to talk all about it. This is one of those questions that just keeps coming up all the time. And so literally probably about every 6 months or so, I do a video kind of explaining it. Sometimes people miss it, sometimes they catch it, but it's always information that I feel like it's necessary to kind of go over more than once. So today, I finally got my US driver's license in the mail. And I just want to explain how I do that and how I get my debit cards, credit cards, things like that in the mail, because you don't always feel really secure about having it come by. Here it's not US Post, they call it Phil Post, and literally it can take you 3-4 months to get something. And usually it gets to the postal, like the government office here in the Philippines, here in your city, and they'll call you and say, hey, we have a package for you or a letter for you. And it's literally been 3 or 4 months. I've had, I think, 2 or 3 occasions where I've had something sent by regular mail, US mail from the United States, and it took 3 or 4 months. So that is off the table. That's no longer an option. I never do that. Now, when I first moved out here, I had my dear old mom, who was in her 70s at the time, collect my mail for me and say, hey, Gio, you got this in the mail. And I would tell her, okay, yeah, just toss it. Or she would try to take a picture. Well, flash forward 8 years, my mom is now in her 80s, and I can't really rely on her to get me the mail, nor should I really rely on her to do that anyway, because she's got better things going on in her life than collecting my mail, telling me what I have, going to the post office and forwarding it to me, or FedEx or whatever. I figured, okay, I need some kind of mail service that's going to take care of this. Now, there are different ones out there, and I'm sure there are other good ones, so I can't vouch for all of them. I can only tell you that the traveling mailbox has been amazing for me, and that is what I use. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the features that you get. Now, depending on what state in the United States, this is for Americans, I don't know about other countries, I'm sure they have services like this as well. But in the United States, if you were to pick, I believe it's South Carolina, their main office, I think it's $15 a month. And if you were to choose your own state that you want, city, whatever, then I believe it's $20 a month, which is what I pay. I wanted Florida. So I use that. And so what happens is when I get a letter, they notify me by email, or if you download the app, you'll get a notification if you have your notifications turned on. Hey, you have mail. And then you go over and you click on it and you say, okay, open the mail. You can view it. And when you view it, you have an option. You can either download the PDF of it if you need it, and you could elect shred it. Maybe it's just garbage, or maybe it's something that you need immediately and you can select to forward it to you here, or maybe you don't need it immediately but you will want it at some point. You can hold it, and I think they charge you $1 per month if you want to hold an item. So typically what I do, for example, my last order that I had forwarded here, I had one bank card renewal, new expiration date, and I had a new credit card that I opened up, and I think I even had a second credit card that had expired and I needed a new card. So I had like 3 or 4 items that I wanted forwarded. So what I did was hold all 4 of them. And when the time came, I said, okay, now I got 4 items being held. I want them forwarded here. And then you can select how you want it shipped. US Postal, FedEx, just there's different options. I chose FedEx. This is what I usually always use. Now, this particular package I received in 7 days. Last time I got it in 5 days. So extremely quick. Now, is it expensive? Yeah, it cost me about $80 or $90. But I got 4 items, and I literally got it within about, like I said, 5 to 7 days. And now with this order, I got my driver's license, and that's pretty much everything I need. So everything else coming now into my traveling mailbox will probably just be shred. It's really only when I get something like a driver's license, a new debit card, something expired that I needed a new card sent out, something like that, then I will have that forwarded. And if you have multiple items, you can hold it until you get 4 or 5 items and have it all sent at once in one package to save some money, which is a smart thing to do. By the way, I did want to mention that if you head over to my website, geointhephilippines.com, you are going to see a free checklist, a PDF that you can print, download, or save about moving or traveling out to the Philippines. It will list all the things that I think are very important to do beforehand or even during on your trip or your move out to the Philippines, and that's free. And if you need further help, check out my consultations. You can book a consultation one-on-one with me. And also, there's a free list of all my favorite hotels that I've personally stayed at throughout the Philippines. If you're unsure where to stay and you want to make sure you stay in a decent, good place with a good location, check out that list. And again, you can contact me on my website. Check out all the things I highly recommend for traveling or moving out to the Philippines on my Geo Travel Essentials. Thank you. Now, besides that, they will also receive faxes on your behalf. You can send a fax through there. You can like send them a PDF or something and they will fax it for you. You can receive packages from like Amazon. Now, Amazon does have free shipping to the Philippines over $49. If it's more than $200, there's import fees. But there are items that Amazon won't send here, like, for example, food items and different things like that. Now, what you can do is forward it to their main address in, I think, South Carolina. Basically, you put your box number, whatever it is, P.O. box, or I think it's PMB, and then you put your number that's assigned to you. And you can have them ship that item to you, and then you can declare the value on it or whatever. And so things that you may not have been able to get, you can now receive. And if you want even old-fashioned letters, if you want to type up some kind of a letter that you need to officially send to maybe somebody, that you can type it up, forward it to them, and they will actually print it off and send it. And they even have a check cashing ability where they can receive checks on your behalf, and I guess I don't know how they do it, but they can have it deposited into your bank without having to send it to you and you endorse it and all of that. So they have a wide variety of different things that they can do for you, and I find the service fantastic. It's one of those things that I think is absolutely necessary to have when you are living overseas. And you may not have a friend that will receive packages on your behalf and forward. It's a lot to ask from somebody if you have regular mail coming in. Now, if you just have something coming every once in a while, you have maybe a new debit card and you just say, hey, have it sent to a friend's address and they forward it to you. Okay, sure. But this, they have my debit card on file, so when I go to forward an item like my U.S. driver's license, it just debits my card. And so, fantastic service. I highly recommend it. Links are down in the description in the pinned comment, and it just makes life so much easier for us expats. Trust me on that. The other thing I wanted to mention is most banks and credit cards and stuff, they all want that physical address. And so usually what you can do is just use a friend's address or something like that, and then just put your mailing address for the box that you have. It's not really a P.O. box, it's actually an address with like a PMB and a number. But I think they know that it's like a post office box. But even my U.S. driver's license, when I went and had my license done, I was able to put down the mailing address of where I wanted it mailed to. So it alleviated that problem. I didn't have to worry. I just put in the regular address and then the mailing address of where I want my actual license mailed to. Even though it went to another state, they had no problem doing it. So guys, traveling mailbox, links in the description, links in the pinned comment. 5 to 7 days, wow. I mean, that's great. You do pay a little bit of a premium for it, but in my opinion, totally worth it if you are going to be an expat living overseas. Now, obviously, if you're just coming out here for extended stays, vacations, you can just have your mail held at the post office and then have it continue when you get back. But otherwise, a must-have thing for expats. And I will continue with these type of videos. Just let me know what you want to see and hear. And I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. And I'll see everyone next time.